Hey, Colabcoaching here again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. Week number 2 of my series. So excited to get into this week. As you see, I'm in a different location, but that doesn't stop me sharing my information and hopefully some advice and some wise words with you. So, without any further ado, the question/topic for this week about myself is who inspired me to be a relationship coach? Who inspired me to be a relationship coach? To put it simply, a lot of people inspired me to be a relationship coach. Not only because of the fact that I have seen a lot of family members and friends who have been in relationships where I wish I could have helped them and gave them advice, but they were so focused in the state of the relationship. They were, in a sense, quote unquote, blinded in the relationship, and they were so fixated on their significant other that they kind of lost sight of their love, as far as the love that they were looking for themselves, their happiness, what they saw was happiness, and their respect and understanding of who they are as a person. And for me, as I said before in many of my videos, I'm a caregiver, and I don't like to see people hurt, or I like to see people suffer. But at the same time, I knew how far of an extent I can take it. You could always give advice to people, but it's one thing to give advice and actually listen and they apply it, and another thing if that you give advice and it falls on deaf ears, as literally they hear what you're saying, but they're not internalizing it, and they go back to the same scenarios, same habits, same behaviors, same situations. So for me, I will see these family members and friends that are in those relationships. And what I mean by those type of relationships, I'm literally mean those relationships where you see them appeasing other people in a relationship, where the other person's not really taking care of them, or trying to take care of them and try to love them the way they want to be loved. Or you see that your significant other is cheating on that other person, and you try to say, hey, is this person really for you? Do you think they really are committed to you solely? And they're blinded to the fact that because that person is giving them attention, not really love, but attention, they tend to gravitate towards that because it's easy to gravitate towards attention. But it was hard for me to just sit there and just take it from constant friends and family members that are going through that same cycle. And for me, I was just like, I have to do something. And even if they take my advice and they don't, I thought to myself, well, what about the people that don't know me? What about the people that have not really met me before, or they're maybe going through the same similar situations that I see my friends and family members going through, or similar situations where I see on strangers that you walk on the street and you see the type of relations they are, and maybe they need the help and advice that I can give them. And that's when I was like, okay, advice is cool. Anybody can give you advice. It could be good or bad, healthy or unhealthy. I don't want to say good or bad, but healthy or unhealthy advice. But how can I apply that to help in a bigger setting? It's nice to do it in a micro setting, but it's beautiful if you could do it in a macro setting. And that's what got me inspired to focus on relationships as a coach. Just a little bit about the background. I was in grad school. I heard from a counselor about coaching, and they sent me the information for the coaching certification program that their friend gave them, and I sat on it for like a year. And it was not until I took it seriously about me wanting to help people that I actually decided to do that 6-month course to become certified as a coach. And when I got to that point of specializing, coach is a broad term, but what are you going to be a coach of? And when I got to focus on being a coach and specializing, I actually wanted to be a trauma coach, because of the reasons that, my mother died when I was 10, my older brother died when I was 15, I have a lot of deaths in my family, and, I'm starting to recover from those situations, and there's some things that helped me, some things that didn't, and I want to help people get through that cycle and get through that journey as well. But I felt relationships gravitated more towards me because of the fact that that's what I felt my purpose was. Talking to people and showing them the different aspects of relationships, how they can see things that are not healthy for them, and also how they can create those positive relationships in their own lives. And that's what gravitated me toward a relationship coach. So when I got to that point, okay, yeah, I want to be a relationship coach. I give pretty good advice. The advice is one thing, but how can I manifest and create that advice and make sure it's a staple? Meaning, how can I make that advice and transform it into applying it to daily practices, or applying it to different pathways people can take and different perspectives they can reach? Because, as I said, I'm gonna keep saying it again, anybody can give you advice, but what are you doing with that advice? Are you applying it? Are you mastering it? Are you allowing yourself to grow from it? Are you maturing from it? So that was me. I had to think to myself, okay, yes, advice is cool, but now it's time to hone in on that advice. It's time to train yourself to the point where you can make that advice into something that someone can make tangible, and someone can actually, they ask you these questions, how exactly can you apply it to each individual individually? Because we don't want it to, I didn't want it to be a general advice that anybody can apply to, and it's like, okay, well, I've heard that, or that's wise sayings, or oh, that's cool, but that doesn't really affect me. That just seems too broad. How can I make it specific? That's when I went into training, when I read a lot of books, applied it with different people, and got to the point where I'm like, okay, I feel confident. That biggest thing is that I feel confident with providing the information to people, because I am learning still. I'm not a master. I'm not a guru. I'm not someone that is that has all the answers for you. I'm not perfect. But what I do know is that I've been through quite a bit of relationships. I've been through a lot of relationships to the point where I had to realize that I was born in a relationship with your parents. I'm in a relationship with myself. I'm in a relationship with people outside of my family, inside of my family, all these different aspects. But the thing about me that sets me apart is that I'm willing to learn from those experiences. And once I've learned from those experiences, I'm able to, I want to share it with other people so they don't go through those experiences. Or if it's not as similar as what I went through, then I'm able to maneuver through them, so that we're able to take maybe bits and pieces of what I've learned, and hopefully it can apply it to someone else. That way they're able to get that moment of clarity. That's the biggest thing for me. And that's what makes me the relationship coach that I am today, because I want to be that person that not necessarily have you figure out every single solution with me, but for you to gain clarity so you can figure it out yourself. So basically, in a nutshell, what inspired me to be a relationship coach, the thing that inspired me to be a relationship coach, is that I've seen a lot of friends and a lot of families go through a lot of bad relationships. I'll put it this way. Let's make it really simple. What inspired me to become a relationship coach is that I literally saw a lot of friends and a lot of family members of mine go through unhealthy relationships, and I wish I was able to help them. Sometimes I had great advice, but I knew that deep down there were a lot of things that I had to learn before I was able to be confident in becoming a relationship coach. And that's what drove me to continue to learn, continue to grow. And yes, I'm still growing. I'm not a guru. I'm not a master at coaching. I'm not any of that. But what I am is a person that has been through relationships and experienced relationships, and I'm willing to go through those experiences, learn from them, and share it with people. I think that's the defining factor of what makes me who I am and what inspires me daily to become a relationship coach. Not to say that I'm perfect, but what I am here is a person and a vessel that is willing to share, so that you don't have to go through the same experiences, or if you have gone through those experiences, we're able to work on them together. Because as a coach, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to work with you so you'll be able to figure it out on your own, so you can become your best self in the journey called life. Simple as that. So if you went through basically a situation like mine, something that inspired you to be who you are, helped you figure out your purpose, or you're a person that's struggling to figure out what their purpose is, I'm here to help. I'm here to listen. I'm here to talk. So go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com. Figure out that figure out what's best for you, do that relationship checklist, and also sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session. You won't be disappointed. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Also, in the meantime, follow me on Facebook, Colabcoaching, Instagram, Colabcoaching. All my videos are on YouTube, Colabcoaching. Just like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the next videos. You can go back and watch all my series. Finally, share this with anyone that is struggling to find their purpose and they just need something to help motivate them. I'm here for that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there and have a wonderful day.